Welcome back to Current Economy and Investment Insights. Today is November 30th, 2020, and Paul is going to give us an update from Ameriprise Financial. Paul is at his studio at his home, and I'm in the studio at Channel 4. So, Paul, I'm going to let you take it from there.
Okay, let's take a look at how a few sectors have been altered during this COVID outbreak. As we know, the U.S. economy lost 22.2 million jobs over the course of March and April alone. Now, through October, 12.1 million jobs have been recovered, leaving total employment still down 10.1 million, which is about 6.6% from February's peak. Now, almost every private sector industry shed jobs in the March-April period, with some much harder hit than others. Throughout this situation, no category of employment has suffered more than the broadly defined leisure and hospitality sector. It accounted for 38% of the jobs lost in March and April, and it still accounted for 35% of the jobs unrecovered through October. The sector is primarily comprised of people gathering businesses that are once again under pressure from resurging COVID infection rates and rapidly expanding restrictions. In 2019, the sector accounted for 11% of total U.S. employment, but many of the positions are part-time. It includes businesses like restaurants, theaters, bars, music and sports venues, casinos, amusement parks, and similar operations. A select few businesses have experienced increased demand amid the pandemic. Let's look at those that have grown employment since February. Now, not surprisingly, package distribution and delivery companies top the list, followed by home improvement stores. The federal government is also on the list, but the gains largely represent the remaining temporary workers from the 2020 census count. Unfortunately, in most industries, there's still plenty of room for recovery.
All right, thank you, Paul, for the update. And this is the latest as of this morning from Ameriprise Financial. The Dow futures are off by 150 points this morning, but the index remains on track for its best month in over 30 years. The yield on the 10-year Treasury is slightly higher to a 0.86%, while the U.S. dollar is trading at a two-year low. Stocks in Asia ended an otherwise strong month on a weaker note as the Nikkei and the Shanghai Composite each fell less than 1% overnight. And some interesting news about the S&P Global agreed to acquire IHS Markit for $44 billion, marking it the biggest merger this year. And I will add the year-to-date index returns from the Dow is a plus 7%. The S&P 500 is a plus 14%, and the NASDAQ is a plus 37%. And that's it for today, and stay with us. We'll be right back with a show Paul will give us on your money. And we're back with our new show called Your Money, and Paul, of course, is going to give us a topic that's always of interest. Paul, I'm going to let you take it from there.
Okay, we know this holiday season is going to look quite different than holiday seasons in the past, again, due to COVID. So let's talk about making a few financial adjustments in this unusual holiday season. As we continue to manage our life under the shadow of COVID-19 pandemic, you might feel that you need to rethink some of your holiday plans. Family gatherings, office parties, gift giving, and other aspects of the season may require a different approach to effectively manage the continuing health risks. Balancing holiday obligations can be challenging even in a normal year, but it may become even more stressful in 2020, given the adjustments required as we try to maintain our health and semblance of normalcy in our lives. Planning in advance can help you make solid personal and financial decisions in the months ahead. Here's a few aspects to consider. 1. Financial adjustments. So depending on your circumstances, you might face some financial challenges at a time of year when spending tends to rise. You should determine whether you need to dial back your spending plans on gifts, parties, and other facets of the holiday season to account for that. If so, be sure to set proper expectations with family members, friends, or others so they are aware that you might approach things a little differently this year. Let's talk about gatherings of family and friends. If you're going to reduce the size of your gathering this year, it could reduce the budget required for food and beverages. Even your decorating expenses might be lower if you think that not as many people will be walking through your door this holiday season. Changing gears to office parties, with so many people working remotely and extra efforts being made to limit personal contact, office holiday parties are likely to be limited. If you are an employer or the person responsible for a party, you may decide to scrap the party idea. An alternative is to put some of that money toward a thank you gift for each employee. This could be in the form of a specific item, a gift card, or maybe even a cash bonus. Let's talk about gift giving. If you face financial pressure due to today's economic uncertainty, be upfront about that with family members or friends who typically may expect something from you. This may not be the year to shower people with expensive presents, but instead put more emphasis on the meaning and thought behind any gifts you provide. Even gifts that require little or no financial outlay can be very special. And last but not least, let's talk about charitable support. This also may be a prime time to step up your charitable giving, particularly if you've cut back holiday spending in other areas. This has been a difficult year for many charitable organizations. A number have faced increasing demands for their services, while also seeing donations drop due to the weakened economy. Your generosity could be a truly beneficial gift for organizations you like to support. Last but not least, as always, should you require additional assistance with your investment planning or like to discuss this topic or any of the other ones that we've done in previous shows, you can always give me a call directly. My office number is 708-226-3412. Let's have a great and safe holiday season.
And thanks, Paul, for your interesting topic again this week. For Paul Municle with Ameriprise Financial and myself, Ron Jankowski with Channel 4, we wish you good investment day.